Welcome, folks, to a morning cast of the Game of Thrones World Cup. This time we have Team USA against Team. Team Czech Republic, and we have CT versus Duckbringer. I don't know who that is in real life. Looks like this says Hansa, so that might be Hansa Piro. So we are just waiting on the match. We have Builders versus Targ, I think Reigns. Let's find out. CT is playing Night's Watch Builders, and we have Targ Valyrian Steel, sorry. With 3 copies of Shadow of the East, so that could be very hard for CT to beat. CT is playing Builders out of Night's Watch Summer. Both players have kept their opening hand. We have a 4-card setup for Targ, 4-card setup for CT. CT has a Shadow Tower Mason, Underground Vault, and 2 Reducers. Targ has a Gate, 2 Dragons, and Jikwi. So, pretty good setups for both players. Let's see what burn. There's no burn in this deck, so there's no burn to worry about. But there is Drogon. Only 1 copy though, so we'll see how relevant the burn will be. Drogon is really hard historically for builders. Looks like CT opens the Late Summer's Feast against Prince that came too late, so this Prince who came too late is going to go ahead and grab Daenerys, the ACOS Dany. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Ivan here for some co-commentating. We have CT. Hey, what's up? The password is cup.
Just join the game.
Yeah, it's just turn 1, but plot 1 in setup. CT has just played Flea Bottom Alley to put Halter into play, marshaled Hob and the Wall, and then still has 5 gold left.
Builder on the wall.
Yeah,
Why
so
we hate you
oh,
so much. Oh. Okay, so an interesting, actually a good start.
yeah, so the big hard part for I can hear myself in your like echoing.
Uh,
You might have to adjust some of your sensitivity, or I don't know if you're watching the stream.
I muted the stream,
Oh, okay, okay.
completely removed it. Is it back?
I think you're fine. Yeah, you're fine now.
Better. Oof,
So
a
Captain
very strong start for
Grolio,
both players.
what is this card? Molestown.
Uh, you move a gold to a character and that character cannot attack until the end of the phase,
Oh, so really strong defensive card.
but only for, it's like a mini Craven.
Yeah.
In the wall. It's interesting. There are a few differences between all the builder decks that we've seen currently. So, like Moletown is one of the cards that you rarely see in the builder. They usually don't need it. Also, there is no type of events aside from the what is needed. I'm surprised that we see Recruit from the Dungeons showing its face here and there. It wasn't a card that was considered until Adamo showcased how strong it is.
Yeah, just kind of doing nothing.
Luckily, there is no burn in the Valerian skill, so I mean for the Nitro player, luckily.
Yeah, for sure.
Asymmetry for 5. Definitely defended. Is there a reset in City Tech?
Is there
There is
what?
the carries. A reset, so there is
Oh,
only the
reset,
carries.
reset. Yeah, there's Daharis from Targ, and then CT I think is playing Morgulis, or
No,
maybe Daharis also.
the carries. Builders don't play Morgulis.
Oh yeah, right. So yeah, it's playing Daharis. CT
At
has
least
returned to
they're.
the fields as his restricted cards.
Oh yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
a very good in the builders matchup. And it's also the Valerian Steel is also returned to the field. So the resets will be dodged, I think, in one way or another. But there is political disaster, so City has to play a very careful location game.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, we see Danny. Did we see Danny trigger? Well, without the threat of a warrior trait, here comes the renown.
Yeah, so attached character gains renown and +1 for each token, and then after you win a military with its participating, it gets a token, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The key here is renown.
Yeah, for sure.
So it cannot be blanked in any shape or form. The bad thing of the matchup for City is that he's a summer pot. He's a summer deck with a lot of summer pots, and Shadow of the East will remove all the control attachments.
Yeah, that was what he was saying, was he's kind of helping his opponent in that aspect.
Yep, one of those unfortunate builders things because their natural predator is Targaryen at the moment, and they have exactly and their decks are helping that strategy. Although there are only 4 summer pots. So.
He drew a card in taxation. Oh, that's how I got to 8. Got it.
Mm-hmm. From Captain Gureo, no, from the agenda.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
Gureo gave the
From
gold for the
the
next round.
Warrior's Blade or Braid.
Yeah. You see Time of Plenty into return, so we'll probably see GK returned and probably Xerian. Although Stealth is nice, but Tent is nicer.
For sure.
Interesting, we see only... Okay, so probably he needs the military icon for Dani. Is there Mother of Dragons here? There is one Mother of Dragons. Let's go ahead, 13 cards. Was Dani used? I would have used it by now because Nukes is probably coming.
It doesn't look like it. He has an action window now to use. Has not used.
I mean, I would have done it in after the draw phase probably when I see what I have there.
Yeah, that would give you the most information. So names builder gets builder at the wall, castle, black mason, and age craftsman. Age craftsman looks but doesn't find anything, which is kind of tough. Definitely looking for abandoned stronghold right now.
Interestingly, I would have and to see Craven. I would have probably played it and Milk.
And yeah, Danny wasn't used. You could just have Shadow of the East, so it's not. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The thing I was going to say here is that because looks like he had both Craven and Milk in the hand, but definitely I would have probably looked at the Castle Black Mason to marshal and find what I needed
Yeah, for sure.
there. But oh, that's not what you want to do. I think give gold to your to a Targaryen player. The poppy fortification is free because of the Stone Bro and recruit. One of those interesting limitless cards.
Yeah. I see. Like, it definitely is an annoying card, and I feel like it's its use was not really thought all the way through when they
Um,
made the card, like in terms of not putting a limit on it.
oh, definitely, but the limit doesn't help because it resets when the card goes in shadow. That's why it doesn't have a
Oh
limit.
right, yeah. So there is actually no way
But
in the game itself to limit that, right? Because it's a new card every time it comes back.
yes, but I mean the limit would have helped if there were relevant remove from the challenge triggers because he stays on the board if he wins the challenge, which builders do occasionally do, and we have reckless. So or it goes to the shadow and forget its memory.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you hear the third pass, you see Daniel with serial training, Valerian still to draw. So looks like he's looking for that
Shadow of the East.
shadow of the east, yeah. Or Mother of Dragons, that also helps. he's going to be in the challenge. Okay, I feel like the Neri should have been triggered. Oh, Mother of Dragons, look at this.
Challenge in which you. Oh, okay. So it lets Danny participate with her dragon. That's cool.
It looks like Goreo was drawn from the agenda trigger. And Vader King. Oof. Now only one Tukar is missing. Of course, no challenges. So would they replace just cantrip for a card? Because it doesn't help there at all. So it was just cantrip for a card, right? Yeah. Because the recruiter doesn't have any type of fine, because that doesn't help. So 3. Are we gonna see the
So we see Mother of Dragons put Danny in. Oh wait, he's kneeling Craven. Oh, he needs Craven with Halder.
for the strength?
Mm-hmm.
With now Mother of Dragons, so now the challenge is for 8. There is more than enough strength here, I think. Uh, Actually, exactly 8 for the Targaryen, for the yeah, Bell token. Now Danny gets stronger. Surprisingly, renown. How was Miss Sandy put into play? Oh, from Jiki's reaction to give additional power to Danny. Now Danny's
Oh right,
CG.
yeah. Wait, Reckless doesn't actually work on or do anything on recruit from the dungeons, right? It just makes it so.
Yep, doesn't do anything there. That's what I looked in earlier. He used it to counter the. Use it basically to zero gold draw a card.
Yeah, because it'll just keep coming back to his hand, right?
No, it's terminal.
Oh, it's terminal. Okay, yeah. So that yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a very unfriendly attachment if it went. If it wasn't terminal, it would have been everywhere.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, there is no way to stand Mother of Dragons. We do another challenge here. I mean, to do another. Is there still somewhere aside from Danny? Looks like no. No. Looks like this would be it. Although I would probably try to push into the challenge. Yep, definitely try to push into the challenge here as well. There is not that much strength on the intrigue. And we see the challenge. Oh, no, there is more than enough strength on the intrigue with the recruit. But he will stay on the board. So 5, 6 strength currently. Is there something unusual in the attachments? Let's see. For the Targaryen side.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know
Okay.
what is usual or unusual, to be fair.
um, no, looks pretty down the line. Although 22 attachments is a little bit over my taste, but
Isn't it, yeah, isn't it usually 18 or 19 from what I've seen? 17, 18, like
I
that
mean,
range?
I've seen 20, I've seen. My phone decided to work. Mm, yeah, this is a little bit more, but considering that Danny can find them easier, that probably makes sense. Although he currently the card that he looking most is Shadow Days and a possible Summer Pot. But he still hasn't played his Summer Pot, so there is a late Summer Feast for the Targaryen. Dragon Gate draw. Also, looks like he wants to return the recruiter to the. Oh no, he just won the challenge. Makes sense.
And then wins down, wall gets triggered.
He's on a clock, definitely, but I think that deck can pull through. He just needs a good Shadow Beast.
Yeah, for sure.
Then Danny can take over the game by herself. Considering there is not a hard reset, he's not pressed to look for the bodyguard of dupes. The one of Studio Archivist makes me smile in the Targaryen list. It's
Yeah.
probably the 76th card.
I'm sure we could have cut one of these 22 attachments to make, to fit this in and go it down to 75, but sometimes you just need that extra card.
I mean, the zero cost attachments are actually very important. Both Green Dreams and Reckless are terminal, but they basically are there for the surprise economy of the surprise
Oh no,
draw.
I agree. I agree for sure.
They need to be there, unfortunately. And other than that is the Water Dancer Sword, that's the amazing card for the deck. Interesting, there is Sirio in the list, which we haven't seen in ages, but gives an icon and stealth. Two types of Drogon in the deck also is not very standard. So we have played some more Fist into exchange. What was discarded for reserve?
Strangler, I think.
and Friedman.
Yeah, and then
So basically Strangle.
yeah. CT just needs to find abandoned strongholds, right? Like just get those going.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's gonna get them. So he's gonna get a wall. Finger Cop and Castle Black. Why would you give him? Ah, because of the political disaster, you want him to go white. I forgot about the political disaster.
That's fair.
So no dupes. So Three Finger Cop and Castle Black. Also, abandoned strongholds, he has to wait for the BD definitely for them. Else, it's what do you keep? WoW and one abandoned stronghold? Or WoW and economy?
Uh, depends on what your character is, right? Like he got if he has any reducers, you could maybe get rid of some economy. But I mean, at this point, I would keep probably wall and like wall and abandoned stronghold might like it depends on like where it is, right? Or their Shadow of the East.
Yep, there is a Shadow of the East. I'm gonna clear all the nasty stuff. I'm gonna hide back in Shadow. That's a good 4 gold spent. Breaker chains. Gold. Looks like it's going Stormborn's way. That's a one big scary Danny.
Yeah, for sure.
There is is there a confiscation in the list? No,
No.
for the builders. I've seen a lot of the lists around the interviews and when preparing the statistics that a lot of most of the builders are running one of confiscation just because of the vote rounds. Because that's one of their, I mean, for some reason, hard matchup.
For what?
It's one of the more harder matchups. Like I mean, the Targaryen Valerian, of course, is a natural predator here
Mm-hmm.
with the removal of attachments. But last night we saw that the Baratheon cohort can also handle them with the work of the draw. And it's now Khaleesi for increased claim.
Oh, Khaleesi. Let's see. I don't know what half these attachments do.
I'm not surprised to see Milk Marshal, and I expect to see. Oh, Milk went on the recruiter. Okay. Oh wait, it's not the Night Watch turn.
Dupes Hob.
So it's on the exchange. Although dupes are irrelevant in this matchup.
Right, because
Bridal gift.
there's no kill.
Aside from a single Drogon that we should be worried about, but other than that.
And it depends on which Drogon comes down first, right? Because he has core Drogon also.
Yeah. Currently, he doesn't need core Drogon. Just
Right,
because he
because
already has
Warrior's
renown.
Braid gives renown, right?
So let's see what will the Castle Black Mason find. What's there are two more cravens, two more mutes, and the practice bracelet. What are you looking here for? The dupe of vocation or an attachment? I think dupe of vocation maybe makes a little bit
I mean,
more sense.
looking for an attachment is kind of moot, right? Because there's Shadow of the East in Shadows.
So probably trying to find dupe for your vocation. Wall, Brandon's gift,
Yeah,
Castle Black.
dupe for wall would be good here. Makes the political disaster hurt less.
And he found Craven.
It's kind of awkward.
It's kind of awkward, yeah. Without Miner. That's one of the weirdest cards that the Nightwatch has. Considering the option of reset, he comes for one, but he's still 5 for you to Harris, or opponent to Harris. So we didn't see the Craven plate. So is he waiting to overvote Danny with attachment without a summer pot?
Yeah, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of.
There is only one more summer pot in his pot deck. In City's pot deck. With no towns used just for these cases.
Yeah, like you can save your Mole's Town for spots like this.
Go to character without gold, so it cannot stop Danny next turn.
Yeah, because otherwise you could just do it on the same character over and over again.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the terrible bestow cards in my eyes.
Yeah, it's not great, that's for sure.
I still think we're gonna see a challenge here. Without the abundance ruffles, I think Danny can push the military. How much strength there is for the military? 12, 13, 14. Danny herself is not so. To claim military feels like you'll probably feel very good here. Or you're gonna push the power with to claim. Yep, looks like power is the choice. But there is a lot more strength then. Let's just go with everything. So next turn, I think it's too early for the PD. So next turn we'll probably see Motown stopping Viserion. So Danny cannot jump into the power challenge.
Makes sense.
more than enough strength on the Targaryen side for the challenge. We're definitely not gonna see challenges because no one can beat Dani on offense. So
Agreed.
and the dominance will with this arrangement. I mean it's still 23 for dominance. So. Interesting why the Shadow of the East was played. Oh, it removed the practice blade. Okay. Let's cut one strength. Understand what's going on. I would just do the Mother of Dragons and then be done with the challenge. I don't think the Shadow of the East was needed there.
Wins 25-9.
Mm-hmm. And Khaleesi, if he can find the Khaleesi to click on it.
Yeah, that's always the tough part.
Reaction to Jiki. Reaction to Khaleesi. Claim. And A4 power swing. Here's Breaker of Chains. Wait, how? Ah, the Freedman came to the from the discard pile, yeah. Trying to follow all the reactions. Enter now. Very challenging. I think it's time for reset from the
From Night's Watch or from
yes.
Targ.
I mean, I feel like Night's Watch has to do something because currently, okay, next turn he's going to stop the power challenge, but he's gonna eat a military or an intrigue again with one to claim. So currently there is no way to stop Dani from participating constantly. Unless, as I mentioned earlier, overload her with all the attachments.
Makes sense.
Interesting is that he sacrificed the military for a card draw. And this looks like a trap. Dani can defend still, right? So he's giving renown. That doesn't sound like a good idea. And she will stand because of Rhaegal. That was a weird choice. So is City that desperate for cards, but giving power, it's not.
Yeah, I'm unsure.
That was a very weird choice. And trigger Jiki again.
Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna be able to defeat this Danny Voltron.
So he's just speeding his misery up.
Maybe. I mean,
Looks like
sometimes
it
you just
doesn't
gotta
matter.
value your time.
Yeah. So now the question is, do you take the 2 power again? I would take it without the second thought here. Yep, that's a free 2 power that my opponent is giving me, so of course I'm gonna take it. Draw the card, discard the card. Was Dani used in this phase? I missed. The
There's
two
just so
full
much
cost
text.
trigger.
Let's find out.
Yeah, she broke breaker of chains.
Yep.
Oh, Steal of the Hand.
Seal of the
Look
hand,
at this.
sure.
Look at this.
Seal of the hand to stand and then defend and get another power.
2 power, probably.
How is it too?
Jiki can trigger again.
Oh, right,
She
right.
doesn't. I mean, as long as you have cards.
Cards to discard.
Mm-hmm. But looks like he's going to stop now. The renown is more than enough. Looks like. And we have a wall trigger. So how much power did Danny gain this phase? 2 for the first challenge, 2 for the intrigue, and then to renounce, to claim. A what?
A lot. that was going to be my answer. Was a lot.
4, 6, 7, 8, I think. A quick math. But the Nightwatch won dominance at least. We're looking for the good things now in the matchup. So looks like Builders is not that dominant and it's entirely dependent on matchup.
I mean, Builders has always been a matchup specific deck, right? Where if you run into the right matchup, it's basically a free win, and then if you run into the wrong matchup, you can never win. It feels like there's not a lot of play to the deck in terms of you either your matchups are either you win or you lose. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no matchup that's like a 50-50 where like you could go either way based on your play is how it feels.
I mean, from last night in our testing, the Baratheon Kuhor matchup is lost to Builders. Luckily, that didn't happen in the actual game
Yeah, that matchup seems
because
really
it
bad
has less
for Barra.
less. Yeah, it's very bad for Bera, but I mean, some good navigation from Nasku helped a lot there and to
Yeah,
open the
for
draw.
sure.
So interesting that we see Isle of Raven discarded. Oh no, it's the Castle Black to get the Isle of Raven structure. Castle Black Mason trigger. So looks like he's looking for a reset here. Is it turning 3 copies of Viserion? Now that's the interesting question now. Yeah, 3 copies of Viserion. So returning to you win or you die. Why not address the board? I mean, basically it doesn't matter. So the good thing is that Viserion stayed on the board here because he cannot go into a challenge. Although there is. So now we need Craven basically. Two
Yeah,
Cravens
because there's no
actually.
summer plot. But I mean, he still has the Shadow of the East, right?
Yeah, it needs 2 Cravens now.
2 Ravens, yeah, yeah.
a dupe for one of the vocations. For two of the vocations, okay. So, don't vote. So I would probably start kneeling those builders, looking for cravens. But first shuffle one in the deck with the... Looks like Banana Hold was found. Would that help?
Would what help?
Abandoned Stronghold.
I mean, this Danny is strength 19, right? By herself.
Yep.
I think we're maybe a little bit past the days of abandoned stronghold mattering. Maybe 2 abandoned strongholds.
Okay, one Craven. Captain Gureu against GoT. Free money. Giving money to the Targaryen. That's one of the things that I hate for the Iron Throne, because now the Iron Throne is prompting him to, trigger this. Because in the actual game, you may probably forget the trigger of opponent's attachment.
Oh, right, because there's just so many of them.
No, because you're in the mindset that this works with my attachments.
Oh,
when I play an
sure.
attachment. And here you have Gureu doesn't specify. Castle Black Mason, the other stronghold found. But now there is no standing characters. Find some milk. That will probably go on Danny. Finds another milk. Are there really two milks? Okay, so one for Jiki and one for Danny.
Yeah, but I mean,
And
like, even if this just stops you from losing this turn, it's not going to win you the game. And next turn, you're basically like the next summer pot that gets flipped, you just lose then.
Yeah, but he has time. There is only one summer pot left in both decks. So we won't see probably a summer pot flipped at all in the next few.
That's fair. And CT has 2 locations duped now, so political disaster will hurt less. That's unfortunate. CT saying he has 17 cards in his deck and he missed the second milk twice. Unfortunate.
Craven, actually. The Craven was the important one, not the Nuke. And Duckbringer says he is not angry about that. We see Silver Steed for more power challenges. Transmute, draw a card. So, Drogo? Not enough gold. Okay, enough gold for Drogo. Now the question is, what do you stop here?
What is with the silver seed just kind of hanging out here?
I don't know. I'm zoom out so I can see all the attachments. And now I don't see the Misa.
Yeah, all I see is silver seed covering up everything. I think the game
That
has overloaded. Yeah, there's just too many attachments on Danny.
remove the silver seed, then place the silver seed back.
That's actually quite funny. I mean, I'm zooming out. The silver seed is just covering up everything.
Yeah.
It has. I'm pretty sure it just has to do with the game engine and them being too many attachments.
So just move the seed back to hand or move it to another character, I would
Yeah.
say.
Try
You
move
have a
the
Dothraki on
seed,
the board.
and then do it.
There is draw is the track so the seed can go on Drobo and then move it back. Okay, so he's trying to new all the attachments to see. I can see the Craven now, I think.
Can you? Because I cannot. Oh wait, I can see it now. If he zooms out. Yeah, if you zoom out now, you can.
Or to hand. Yep. There is the Craven.
We found
You
it.
see the bastard. Now City just has to remove it because the Duckbringer cannot remove it. What's happening?
I have no idea.
I mean, City has to take the Craven and put it in his discard pile, and that's all.
Oh, does
Yep,
CT have to do it?
it's City's attachment.
Okay,
So
sure.
you go to the discard pile. Silver Seed goes, and now it's correct. And stand everything. Okay. So now the question is, what do you stop with Motown? Is there a way out? Draw. Okay. But then Dan is gonna wipe the board. That's a trickling power with renown and GG. Right? Trickling power,
Yeah,
renown.
I think so.
And I don't see a way to stop the 20 something power challenge. And there is stealth. Danny. That is the first time Danny has initiated a challenge. Oh, if you need more renown. So powerful. How much is this? 331? Solid.
Three claim, and yeah, that's gonna do it.
Dominance as well. Or there is still more renown on the board.
Yeah, I mean this is all before the game, before Renown and everything. That was just a tough game, right? Like the moment Danny got online actually it was the moment that he found the Shadow of the East. Like CT had to hope that all 3 Shadow of the East were like in the bottom 10 cards of his deck to have a chance in this game. I think.
Yeah, but Danny shuffles the deck so many times, so that's why it has to be
Yeah,
constantly
you need
there.
to you need to have them in the bottom 10 and leave them there.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. Yeah, but that's the nature of the deck. That's why they're 70. That's why it's three times in the deck as well. So
Yeah, for sure.
just for, I don't think does it help in any other matchups. I mean, there are attachments here and there.
In like the mirrors, right? Like against the cohort decks and also the against opposing Valyrian Steel also.
Yeah, it helps in those alone, but in general, this is the matchup that you wanted the most. Okay, so thank you for having me for the
Yeah, for
stream
sure.
while I'm multitasking quite crazy at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out here. I might see if there's a game that I can hop into, but other than that, thanks
There
everyone
is
for
currently France versus.
the France versus Germany game. I might check out. I'll see what I'm gonna hop in off stream and see what pot they're in.
Okay. Uh, Type me if you want me to join you again. That much I can do at least.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do.